to Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned tonight. Tonight, especially what's being at the end of the year, everybody kind of assessing themselves. What did you do in 22 that you plan to do at the beginning of the year? What did you do right? What did you do wrong? What did you surprise yourself with or not? And tonight we ask that question: why do I keep starting over with my life? Because this show was inspired, man. My cousin Nick, shout out my cousin Nick Burden. Nick came by my house Tuesday night.
Okay.
Me and him up there chopping up in my little man cave, smoking and drinking.
Okay.
And we just got to talking about, starting over.
Okay.
And how life is. A lot of times, so many times in life, how we've been going on a certain path, doing what we felt like we were supposed to do, but somehow just got to start back
ain't going right.
Yeah, just ain't going.
Okay. I guess we'll get into that, but you just got started. We'll ask some questions in a little while.
Yeah, and so that's why I want to, get it. That's why it kind of inspired this show, because there are so many people out there trying to I don't know why this ain't getting in there. I'm trying to post the I don't know, lab. What's going on? I was trying to post the call-in number.
Oh, you got what you trying to pin it to the comments?
Uh-huh.
You just got to type it in the section and pin it to the comments real quick.
What's the number?
678
Uh-huh.
740 9894. You hit the comment and pin it.
And pin. I can't book it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if it's on TikTok. They give me the option to even type. Honestly, I don't know if I can type in TikTok. We ain't gonna book it up, but I get a number. Everybody on TikTok will pick it up.
Right.
But again, tonight's show we're talking about why do I keep starting over in life?
Okay.
Why do I keep starting over in life? Because again, me and my cousins were talking about that. Especially like I said, we're a year in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of assessing themselves.
Right.
Everybody thinking about what did I do right, what did I do wrong, what could I do better.
Okay.
And they also getting ready to do that New Year's resolutions and goals for 2023.
Okay.
So I want to have a discussion with everybody in regards to that.
Okay.
But again, I am Deonte Burden, aka I'm about to say Mr. Short Dollar. But this is Change Your Lives. Right now, I want to first give a shout out to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
That's right.
What's happening with your lab? Also, my other producer, Slick 316. What's going on, Reed?
She in the building.
Right now, we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Changing Lives YouTube channel, where we have over I think we got 500 videos on the Changing Lives YouTube channel. We cover everything from motivation, personal development, professional development, family, parenting, all that great stuff. So whatever platform you're looking at, regardless, make sure you make way to Change Your Lives. What's going on? Somebody put on TikTok, hey, Pastor.
TikTok, man. It's something different. All them kids
what's
on TikTok.
going on? I appreciate you tuning in. Hey, what's up, Rev? If you really feel like a Rev, go send him some money.
Right. The building fund a little low.
The spirit moving. Come on now.
The building fund a little low.
There you go. But now, man, seriously, I want to talk about this because it's cool. Me and cousin just talking about this. Well, again, why do I keep starting over in my life? Why do I keep starting over in my life? And see, one of the things about it, like you said, we're at years in. Mm-hmm. So everybody starting over what? Getting ready. Assessment time, doing them New Year's resolutions, saying, okay, this is what I want to do. Because everybody, this time last year, I want to lose weight, I want to do this, want to get that, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The normal stuff. And that shit never happens. You kind of start off.
Right.
Then, it don't happen. Or you just say you get on your normal track where you're like, look, I'm starting to, want to just start a business up. I want to try to, just, start reading or whatever. And it never works.
Yeah.
And, and I was just maybe a little minimal habits. But there are a lot of things where we start off with like, hey, we want to go on a different path of doing it, but it never happens. Some way, somehow, we end up starting over. So that's why I want to have this conversation with everybody, because I think if there are four main reasons why most people end up in life all your life just keep starting over.
Okay.
4 main reasons why I personally feel like, if you can get over these hurdles and also make personal adjustments to it, you won't find yourself in a position where you keep constantly starting over and over and everything. Because again, once we get it rolling, we're feeling good.
Right.
Then sunset back. Hey man, then you start a little business up. Nah, man, what I did, man, then this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, then you think about going back to school?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it. Went there for a little bit, this, that, and it's always the same thing.
Okay.
And so this is not ridiculing, but it just had an open discussion in regards to it, because far too often we all get kind of caught in that. The unfortunate part about it, we always gonna be in a situation where we got the right people to have a conversation with. They can give us game, they can give us good advice, and not steers on some damn BS, direction, whatever. Listen, the phone lines are open. So if you want to call in the call in show, the number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call in number is 678-740-9894. I announce again later on in the show. But feel free to call in again. Tonight we're talking about, why do I keep starting over in life? Listen, if you got a question outside of that, let's just hold it up or anything like that. Just
Right.
to add to the discussion. But I do want everybody calling in to add to the discussion and everything. Anybody got anything with Facebook? Anything?
Not yet. It'll take them a second.
Cool. But listen, one of the first things I always think about, and it's probably the biggest thing when I always look at people starting over, and I think a lot of people struggle with this because for some reason we just feel like time ain't on our side, and that's patience.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder why you keep starting over? It's just lack of patience.
Okay.
I say it all the time. When you're young, you feel like something's gonna take too long. Then when you get older, and I say older, north of 40, you feel like you ain't got enough time.
That's there. Yeah.
And
I'm in that phase right there. Like, there ain't enough time. It just ain't enough time.
But the thing over there, Leo, it's just like we talked about that last week. Nothing is as difficult as it really seems. Before you start.
Right.
You sit there like, damn, man, I gotta do all that and go through this whole little process or whatever. It'll really be that difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we never done it before.
Right. So it seems difficult.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, and a lot of times people don't want to embrace. Change is uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know I'm part of Misfits Radio, Misfits TV family, and I know everybody has a channel or a station on there. Had to just say, okay, look, I want to do this.
Right.
And when you get out, get to do, because so many people, their mama want to do a podcast now.
Everybody want to do a podcast.
And I think what people find out real quick,
the commitment.
They ain't got as much shit they thought they had to say at the beginning of it. Like,
right.
Okay, yeah, we're going to talk. Yeah, man, we do this on the porch.
Right.
But after a while, you got them live cameras going like, man, we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Not only that, the commitment that it takes. Like, it's a commitment. Like, once you start, stopping should not be your option, because you got to build an audience. It's a commitment, man. It's a hard commitment.
Hard commitment, man. And the results ain't gonna come the way you hope they come.
Right.
And everything like that. Every time I make post videos, like, this is gonna go viral.
Right.
Womp. I want to hear that shit. I thought I had a good one.
Right.
But but it doesn't always work that way. And it's one of the things you just have to, just understand that, time is something that you just can't really rush.
Right.
You like I said, you were young, you feel like you ain't got enough of it, and you're older, you just feel like, hey, it's gonna take too long. Like, we just gotta just be patient. And it's very, very rough to do that because, when you have that want it now mentality, you're gonna miss a lot of stuff. And that's one of the things about it. We go blind to the whole process. Whereas, I'm here. People, that's what everybody do. People see the starting point and they see the destination.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody want to go through the process of getting to the destination.
Right. They see the path. They see what it takes to get. They see, but they don't want to walk on them coals. They don't want to walk down that bumpy road and go through them potholes and in the rain and the snow and all that. They don't want to do that. The process is what kills them.
That's why you have so many people that go viral on the internet. They can tell you how to make $1 million in 3 easy steps.
Right.
What?
Right. 3 easy steps.
3 easy steps. And he got his old big booty girl in her bikini. They on their jet.
He's showing all his Mercedes.
You can have this too. Yeah, he on that jet. You can have this too. Just listening for $8.99. Buy my course.
Right, buy my course. $49.99. This is a deal. That's a deal. I figured I know this process. Why should I sell it for more than $49.99?
You can be you're a millionaire in less than a month.
Right.
I'm telling you, I've done it. Shit. You gonna get that damn?
We all be millionaires.
Yeah, you gonna order that course and get on 3 pieces of paper.
And
One paper say start.
Six.
Second paper say study. And third paper say finish. And,
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and the receipt say still a rabbit tricks on you. But now, serious business though, man. A lot of times but that is the case.
Mhm.
And all of us, when we see things that we have an objective we want to have to be successful, want to start this business, want to start this new career, whatever we want to do, get in shape, do whatever. We see the end goal, we see that.
Mhm.
But the BS they take to get to the end goal, that's what people try to change certain things.
Right.
I want to skip this, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to actually do this. So I'm gonna do a tummy tuck, and I ain't knocking nobody.
Right.
I ain't knocking
Right,
nobody. I'm
right.
just saying I don't want to do this so I can just jump 3 or 4 steps, and it doesn't happen. What happened is once you start, next thing you know, got to go back.
Mhm.
3 steps forward, 5 steps back. 5 steps forward, 10 steps back.
Mhm.
3 steps forward, bankruptcy. And I was just saying,
Right.
and
Right.
it happened like that all the time. And it's not sometimes that people are being lazy. It's just the whole point of it is just feel like I got to do it.
Mhm.
I got to do it. And far too often, man, unfortunately, you see a lot, especially in our community, especially when we start doing like career changes and
Mhm.
business and stuff, because we're not privy to have a lot of solid mentors to give it to us. So when you see things, the choice is yours. You say, well, look, I talked to Poochie. Poochie told me, I eat all the time. Damn, Poochie, that's a lot. Yeah, man, but if you do it,
Right.
this is the way to do it. But you rather listen to Joe. Joe gonna tell you the easier way,
Right.
but then you're gonna do it. And if something might be work for a little bit, but then it fall apart.
Poochie told me 10 ways. Joe
Yeah.
told me 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with Joe.
And see, Joe got some kind of thing that you can maybe see that's tangible.
Uh-huh.
Is the way it works, so I ain't got to do it that way. But a lot of times, Joe ain't told you the whole damn story either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't tell
Right.
you he written this shit. He ain't tell you he borrowed this stuff.
A lot of them on lease.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And patience is something that again, it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's uncomfortable because the scary part about patience is what you don't know. You're not guaranteed that the shit you wait for is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it.
True.
I'm waiting on something that I hope gonna happen.
Right. I'm gonna give you a good example. Before I used to work out all the time. I was really getting really good and fit. Then I stopped, lost the job, COVID, whatever happened. Lost the job, didn't work out as much, stopped working out. But what I did, I just went to the gym, just started doing it, and I started seeing progress.
Gotcha.
I was doing it for months. I don't know how many months I was doing it, but I was doing it for almost 2 years. And I started really getting fit. And I saw it. Then once I stopped doing it, I started gaining weight back. I've been wanting to start it back, but I'm like, because all I see is how I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how long is it going to take me to get back to that again?
I was having that conversation today. One of my boys sent me a picture about 6 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I had them knots in my stomach. Yeah. Boy.
Right.
I remember that, fella. I remember.
And so my patience to go through that process again is one. And then I always say I don't have as much time as I did back then. I wasn't doing this and all that. I was just going straight from work, straight there.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours there, come on home, lay down, go. It was no in between. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing to do in between after work. It was just that.
Yeah. It's funny, and that's kind of what I'm going through right now with my youngest son going to middle school. The elementary school bus came at 6:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. The middle school bus comes at 8 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I would leave immediately when he went to school at 6:30 to the gym.
Right.
Now I got to wait to 8 to go. But the problem is, hell, that's starting my day off at 9:30, 10 o'clock every morning.
Right.
That's a problem.
Right.
So I might have to do this or do that. So
then there's more traffic at it.
Yeah.
That time. More people going on the road at that time. So I get what you're saying. It's always something different. And I say I'm just making excuses, but that's just an example of like I know what the end goal is, and I know what I did to get there, but it's like I want to be there already. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I want to wake up there.
Yeah.
Like when I start the new process of working out, I want to be where I was, so I won't have that far to go.
Yeah. See, and here's the deal: when people see, again, we started talking about the beginning part and the destination. We want to skip everything in between. The only time it makes sense to skip the middle to get to the destination is when it's going to be cost effective for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know how to do it.
Right.
See, it makes sense to get a private jet
Right.
to fly somewhere if you know the math going to work out for you to do it.
Right.
Okay, it's just efficiency to do it. Even though I pay this money, I'm doing things that actually
Right.
can be beneficial. But if you say, listen, I don't want to do all the coach and all this other kind of stuff because I don't want to wait. At the end of the day, you sitting there like, look, okay, is the jet gonna pay for itself?
Right.
If it's not doing it, don't make sense. Come
Right.
on now. If you just want to sit here and splurge and say you did it, that's when I always come back and bite you in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Patience, man. I'm telling y'all. I understand that. What I just brought, I think is a very, very solid point. You wait, put stuff off, just hoping it work out.
Mm-hmm.
When Mr. Short Dollar went from it was like maybe a couple thousand
Mm-hmm.
to probably about 15,000 in a couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, 10,000 a month. I mean, I wish I could have told folks, hey man, this is what you do.
This is what I did.
Shit, we just got lucky.
Right.
We just got lucky.
Right.
And
it's amazing. It was 1-2 videos that did it.
Mm-hmm.
And while we already had like 200 or 300 videos in the bank.
Absolutely.
Right.
The key was what? Well, we didn't do it. I'll tell you, I didn't quit.
Right.
I didn't quit. And even with changing lives. I mean, I've had a lot of growth over the past couple of months. I mean, you talking about almost a year and a half, 2 years. We've been stagnant.
I was looking at some of the papers. I was going through my papers. This is how that got on there. But I was going through a bunch of my paper research. I was throwing away some stuff, and I came to a couple of your changing lives itinerary. With your shows notes. And it was a long in the beginning you were writing stories for the show, and I was like, I need to say this and show it to Poochie, and I forgot to do it. But I mean, it was like this whole page to see what you went from on that to this shows your growth, the knowledge, and the fact that you don't need to have all that information. You could just go off the cuff sometimes. It was just an amazing thing to see.
I appreciate you. I still got everything on the Google Drive.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I still got all of them. But you know what? And it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the more comfort you get with it. But that's the thing about it, man. Just doing it, man. Me and you done sat out here and just chopped it up. Just like, man, what we gotta do different. What you gotta do. We're doing it. It's a strain.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of the unknown is the greatest fear of all. And a lot of times when you don't know what's behind that door, you're reluctant to open it because you're like, okay, I done got used to the BS I'm dealing with right now in my life. I don't need to add no new one. You know what I'm saying?
New ones.
Let me tell you something. How many of y'all done found a long lost cousin or sibling on social media? And after they don't ask you for this, that, and that, I wish I hadn't met this mother.
Right.
Why I beat this mother?
Right.
My life been going straight.
Why wave it?
30, 40, 50 years without this mother knowing my dad or knowing my, and that is just a whole nother damn bill. My life been great without this in it. And I done met this new law. I've been spending my whole life trying to find my daddy.
Right.
And now my damn daddy. Oh man. But that's just the thing, man. And a lot of times, man, people just like, look, we're a microwave society. Everybody want it fast, everybody want this, that, and now. And some things just go ahead. It's a process. Though me and my cousin just kept talking about, hey, you can't just force everything. Old head told me when I was about 22 years old. Shout out to Willie Paul Gino. It was one of my first mentors. I was 22, 23. I was working in the warehouse going to Georgia State that night. And he said, young blood, he said, you're going to have everything. He said, I see how you move. I see you. He said, man, you're going to have everything you want. That's what he told me. He said, but I'm just telling you that you just remember this and just remember what I said. He said, don't force stuff. And that had always stuck with me. And he said, man, he was very confident when he said that. What had me listening. He said, man, I can see how you move.
He was real confident.
Yeah, but he was confident, believing in me. He said, I see how you move, man. You're gonna have everything. I was 22. He said, you're gonna have everything you want. Everything. He said, just don't force stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just don't force stuff. And it always stuck with me because sometimes the thing that's the easy and the obvious for us to grab can be the thing that's the worst. Because I got access to this. You might not necessarily want to, get on top of it. When you go to the dealership, you can't afford that damn car.
Right.
They're gonna drive you, and they say, okay, well, I can get you in there. What you looking to pay?
Right.
You just throw some stupid ass number out. And they say, okay, well, I pay $200. I knock yourself for that. We can work out the paperwork.
Right.
And you got a damn a car with 88 months payments and stuff like that. You upside down 3 times and stuff in the car. And those kind of things. Once you get into it, once you pass that little new car euphoria, man, I'm stuck.
Right. I'm stuck paying $700 for this damn car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, and my damn child about to graduate by the damn time I get through with all this. And you sitting there like you know that, but because you had accessibility to it, and you're like, you know, you didn't let your logical way of thinking say, hey, look, you're pump the brakes for a second. So patience is one of the biggest things that, you know, when we talk about why did my life keep starting over, patience is one of the main culprits. Again, this is Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show, we're talking about what I keep starting over in life. And like I said, I got 4 key reasons why I feel like most people find themselves in the position where they're moving along and they have to keep starting over, and they're getting frustrated. Man, I'm doing right. I'm a good person. I go to church. I tithe. You know what I'm saying? I don't cheat on my wife. I do everything I'm supposed to do.
Everything I'm supposed to do.
But why the hell am I still dealing this? Why am I still stuck in this spot? And you know, 4 key reasons why. The first one was just patience. Again, make sure you guys go to we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. The main forum is the Change Your Life, hosted by Deonte Burden YouTube channel. Make sure you go there. That's the main hub with all the videos. Go there and subscribe. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Also, the call-in show is open. The phone line is open.
Right.
Feel free to call. The number is 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. One more time, 678-740-9894.
That's right.
Okay, and we just talked about, again, reason why people keep starting over. The second one, and this is one I think a lot of times people just don't want to admit to, is knowledge. This not to say nobody dumb or nobody don't know a damn thing, but a lot of us aren't as smart as what they are. Shout out to my dog, KT.
Okay.
KT, y'all check him out, courtesy of New Orleans. Make sure y'all Google it. KT is one of the biggest, he's one of the biggest Saints tailgate following in Metro Atlanta, man.
Okay.
And I think what is that place, man? I forgot. He had a new location at No Cross, but Google courtesy of New Orleans. Check out my brother KT, man. And me and Keon are real cool. And I called him up because I was thinking, man, a couple months ago, it was a little I seen a location where they were saying that the lady had left, and you had like a little deli, you know, you just sell bread and all that. So I was just like, shit, I can do that because they're offering a food deal on rent.
Okay.
Still contemplating, but damn sure ain't contemplating like I was before.
Right.
So I called my dog. I know my dog had a sports bar about 15 years ago.
Okay.
So let me call him up, you know, just get some information. We talking about knowledge.
Okay.
So I called him up, and he just started running things by me. Pooch, you know, 3% markup on food, this, that, and that. And he said something that stuck with me. He said, and what he said was the damn way I was thinking. He said, you know what, Poochie? He said, everybody think they smarter than what they are.
Right.
He said when we done had the unfortunate part when you've had success in life, you'll sit there and look at it. Well, shit, Lab was doing that, but I can do it a different way.
Right.
Because Lab ain't me.
Right.
And I know that's my stupid ass when I talk. That's
you
my
and me both.
That's me. Oh, you know. So he said that, but he said sometimes you gotta sit back and look why nobody else ain't hopped on it. Why nobody in your mind you be like, you could do it different, or they not you.
Right.
But it may be some logical ass reason like location, place, all kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, the local government or whatever, the reason why. But you be so stuck and overconfident in yourself. You sit there and miss stuff that you probably, if you start digging and looking a little research, you'll find out why. And knowledge is really important because nobody really don't want to admit what they don't know. And
right.
I'm gonna say this. You gotta be realistic about what you know. I always tell people that's why the president has a cabinet. You know, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Education, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of Communication, all that stuff, because he has a band of experts to give him expert opinions on knowledge. And as the job of the president, just like any other CEO, to gather that data, process, and then make a decision from there. But you got credible people to help keep you informed. When you try to sit here and just knowing the extent of your knowledge, again, we talking about my life can't keep starting over. This is one of the main reasons, because people feel like wherever they at, they got a good job, they got a little money in their pocket, I know every damn
I
thing.
got to know everything.
I gotta know
Look where
everything.
I'm at. Look at
No, man, and you know,
me. Look at me.
I gotta know it. I'm a
Right.
boss. I smoke cigars.
And I drink cognac.
Yeah, I'm on Misfits Radio.
And
I know that.
what cognac go with what cigar, so I got to be doing it right.
Yeah, I got 2 YouTube channels.
Right.
The hell you talking about? And a tax business. Can't tell me shit.
Right. I can fix a car like that.
Hey, I don't know a motherfucker. You know what you know.
Right.
You know what you know. And sometimes you too damn smart for your own good.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my kids all the time, smart people do stupid shit.
All the time.
And you be sitting there saying, okay, nah, this is obvious, but no, it's not.
Right.
And sometimes we miss out on things that could be, basic common sense because we're so smart.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes we're just totally oblivious to something, and we just think something is just so easy.
Uh-huh.
I remember one time when I was in the Army, I had a sergeant. He came in, and we had to move all these heavy-ass equipment from one trailer to another. I never forget this, man, about 1920. And so we were just trying to take, because the shit was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And we just trying to find some way, me and the fellas, trying to like, man, we can get a forklift, pick up some of this stuff, whatever. Sarge, cool guy, Son Row, typical white guy. Just feel like black guys know what the hell they doing. Let me come here and be the overseer and tell them what to do.
Right.
So he came in there and he jumped in front of everybody. Move out of the way. He had his shirt. They took his BDU with your camouflage shirt off and his t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
He come to try to pick up that shit. When I kind of heard the pop on his back.
Oh.
And we so damn ignorant. We over there. We still there trying to render first aid.
Right.
He help me. Because he underestimated what the hell we think we bullshit. We try, we over there like, shit, we trying to figure out a path to do it. But he underestimated, think we bull jive. Right. Came out through it, damn, messed the whole damn back up.
Wow.
Try to pick stuff up, dumbass. And that was, and we all just looked like we took a good 5 minutes where we like, man, come on, man, let's help his ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? We let him squirm for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And but it just but a lot of times we see things. Mm-hmm. And when lab do something well, people see it and think it's easy. Mm-hmm. Just like Poochie, I've been in the game 20-some years. Mm-hmm. So many people. I'm gonna start my own tap business. But you ain't no hustler. You ain't this, that, and it's so many other intangible things that outside of software and all this other kind of stuff that go along with it, you ain't built for it.
Right.
I ain't saying you can do it. You can go buy some software. You can go buy some papers. You can post on social media. But it's some stuff I got that you just ain't got.
Right.
And a lot of people like that. And that's why, I can't underestimate a guy that does certain things like, man, that's how he moves. Hey, he bad with it. Uh-huh. But that's what he do. And it would be very ignorant for me to sit there and try to think that it's easy because you do it well. Uh-huh. And a lot of times, my term I always use, intentional ignorance. What's going on, Angela? How you doing?
And that going back to what you say, doing it well. Like when we do this podcast and then video and all that radio, all in one jump at one time, simultaneously on everything at one time. We started doing that a long time ago, as you know. But the research that it took for me to go into to know this stuff, I still don't know everything. Like I still work with the sound to try to get it perfect and all that other stuff. But I'm going back through the paperwork, like I was saying, man, I had so many stacks of research paper and looking at this and looking at that and just trying to figure out what was the best path to get there. So it wasn't like I look at somebody else doing a podcast and say, man, we can do that too. No, I wanted to know the best way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now people look at me and say, we can do that too. And it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not as easy as it seems. Just because I'm, like you said, just because somebody does it well doesn't mean it's easy. And you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes to keep it look like it's been done well.
Absolutely. Because, I know for a fact, the biggest thing that I think messes people up when they try to do podcasts and YouTube channels, the money don't come as fast as you think.
Right.
Because you just think that, I done did everything. You done bought this. You done got your mics and all this other kind of shit. And next thing you know, like, what's going on here?
Right. You start out with $500 mics, thinking that's gonna do it. $200 headphones, and thinking, okay, all I need is this expensive camera, these expensive mics, and these expensive headphones.
Your red table.
And a red table. And I'm in there.
Shit don't work. And you putting out good stuff.
Right.
Let me tell you something, lad. We first started, especially with Change the Live, brother. You sat on long paper, man.
Right.
I was passionate on top of passion. I care about what I do now, but I know how much I was putting into it. You said I come in with a whole damn manuscript, and but you're doing it for the love. I never got into it for money. But the thing of it is just catch me. A lot of times I know people do, and it just don't happen. And, the term I always throw out to people just that intentional ignorance. Hey guys, before I start running my mouth, remember call-in number is 678-470. No, I'm sorry, 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. Feel free to call in, guys. The thing, I talk about the intentional ignorance. People got to realize when we talk about the second aspect, the reason why you keep starting over, and that being knowledge. You know what you know, but there is no excuse for ignorance. And a lot of times, people don't want to do a basic Google search.
They don't.
They don't want to go on Bing. They don't want to go to the library. They don't want to research. They don't want to ask people for whatever reason. They figure they got it. And a lot of times, that intentional ignorance, they'll stay dumb to stuff because they think that excludes them from accountability. What's up, Chris Burden?
Chris Burden.
Hello. Hey, man, I ain't gonna put him on spot, but my boy Chris took Chris out yesterday. Him and his little lady friend.
Okay.
They went out, and Chris little slow guy say hello when he get in the car.
Uh-huh.
Look, cute girl.
Uh-huh.
She pull up. First thing she get in the car. Hello. I love you, Chris.
Right.
Cute.
Right.
Cute.
Right.
Had her stomach out. She got to call. Hello. I said,
Oh.
Lord. My dog, Chris B.
Right.
Oh, but that was funny, man. But again, that people will say, I didn't know. I would say this to everyone. I didn't know don't mean shit. That was the first thing I learned in the Army. There's no excuse for ignorance. Right. And a lot of times, again, people think that they didn't because they didn't know, that excludes them from accountability. It does not. Because first thing you say, people gonna say, well, why the hell didn't you know? Why the hell didn't you take the time to know? Why would you make this kind of investment of your money, of your time, of everything into something that you really didn't research? And a lot of times you didn't do it. You really, you could have looked at it, but you're like, I ain't got time to do all that. I ain't gonna figure that, whatever.
I just figure it out as I go.
Yeah, you just want to stay on the surface of everything. You don't want to dig through the weeds because, again, I tell people want to get in business. I always say, find all the reasons why you wouldn't do it. And it's not to make you quit. It's not being negative, but what it does, it teaches you how or helps you build up contingent plans just in case bad stuff happens. So it's not, when something bad happens, it's not if, but when it does happen, you somewhat prepared because you've thought about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you just trying to we ain't gonna worry about it. We ain't gonna think no evil thoughts. No, you ain't think of evil thoughts. You ask preparing. You go through that in the military all the time. Just if this happens, we're gonna do that. That happened, do that. If they counter with this, we're gonna counter with that. You just preparing. But if you try to sit here and just act like it's not gonna happen, we're gonna pray on and close our eyes to it. No. And that's what happens so often because people don't want to admit what they don't damn know.
Right.
Why the hell, man? And I'm gonna be real for a second now. I tell all my family friends close to me, you shouldn't have financial problems. You can holler at me for free.
Right.
And I never get them calls. Now, when IRS garnishing your ass,
then they want to call.
Shit.
Then they want to see what's up with Poots.
I can deliver the baby. I can't do no open heart surgery.
Right.
It's just out of my level. It's just off my level.
Right.
I can't do that. Hey, you rely on the why didn't you come to me earlier?
Right.
Use your resources.
Use
it. Don't be so, man, listen. If a person tell you now, they tell you now, you need to check. And again, we talking about why you keep starting over. This is why. Use your resources. Use the people that you know that are close to you and stuff like that. Use them. That will help. If they say no, go somewhere else.
Right.
But don't sit there and have shit that's obvious to you. That you can say, man, let me call that person. Right? Bounce it off of them.
Right.
You'll sit here and just, no, I ain't gonna do that. Man, I get these calls all the damn time. I ain't know that. I knew I should have came to you. Oh shit. Like I said, now look. Now I could have had a free conversation with you. When we get to working, shit.
Them hours get the
I
ticket.
told you, man. I'm a good tax man, but I damn sure the cheap one.
Right.
I ain't the cheap one. We ain't gonna never get me confused with that. But that's the thing about it, man. If I have friends that are knowledgeable in law, knowledgeable in construction, knowledgeable in real estate, knowledgeable in sales, I'd be a fool not to ask them questions.
Right.
What the hell I'm saying? Try to figure it out.
Right.
If if you know something is accounting related, finance related, tax related, why wouldn't you call me?
Right.
Even
if it's just for a quick answer, because we know your time is money. Like, what you think about this real quick?
Yeah, it is not a problem, and I think I made myself accessible to everybody like that.
You've done it for us many times. I'll be like, Rick Atkins, I don't know. Maybe Shaq Pooch.
But now, I still give out a 10-minute free 10-minute session.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So, what's going on, Sam? But you tell people that for whatever reason, people don't want to or whatever. Like, and I get it, But at the end of the day, you decide what you're gonna put yourself in. I personally won't do that for the simple fact, my time precious and my money is too. So before I start going down a road of not knowing what to do, I'm gonna call for it. Just like I said, I called my man KT, like, hey bro, let me bounce this off for you. And there's been not too many things in my life that I've ventured into where I didn't try to get some kind of resource before I spent any kind of time or any kind of money with doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's with business, my children, anything, hell, my health, whatever. I'm still gonna call and ask somebody, man. Let me run somebody.
With that though, not even knowing somebody. What if you don't know somebody? Like we always say all the time on all the shows, Earth is flat. You can research that thing. You can research so much and have so many options to look at for that particular thing you're researching. That really, if you look at 4 or 5 different, postings or Google searches, you'll come to a decent conclusion of what you should do. Then you might can bounce it off somebody else. But the world is flat now. We say that all the time. There is no reason why. I mean, you can Google and walk down the streets of Chicago from your computer. You get what I'm saying? So
Google and YouTube University.
Right.
They're both free.
Right.
Both free. And they're both accessible to everybody. So it behooves you to take advantage of that stuff while being there. Again, you ain't saying you're dumb. You just being. To me, it's smarter just admit what you don't know.
Right.
That's the thing about it. So we start talking about a reason why you starting over, just that knowledge. You sitting there skipping steps. You're like, well, you go back. Well, I didn't know. That's why I did it. I remember, man. Nobody tell you it's personal. Back in my younger days, and chicks would always say, you think about what chicks would always go get their first car, and they be like, they in a rush. They got their income tax, and they go buy this old hoopty. And next thing you know, it's falling apart a week or two later. What the first thing they say? I didn't know.
Right.
Or I went to play. I didn't know. Nobody went with me.
Right.
Why didn't you wait?
Right.
If you didn't know, why the hell you do it?
Right.
Because you wanted it then. Patience.
It looked good on the outside.
Patience. You didn't want to wait, and you knew you didn't know. That's 2 of them. And now you spent that money, all that kind of stuff. You saved for all this time. You don't wait a whole damn year for income tax refund time. Now you done spent that damn money.
It's gone.
3 months later, and you got a damn note to go along with it. It's gonna mess up your credit because you ain't gonna pay payments on a damn car you can't drive.
Right.
Starting back over.
Starting
back damn over. One day you're gonna get tired of it. One day.
That's a part of it.
Call in number 678-740-9894. Nobody want to talk to me tonight.
You know what? We put the number up there. People always ask about the number, Pooch. I wish I had a phone I could call in. Put the number up there for them to call in. They don't got the juice. They get scared.
My mom almost can't get a show. I was at my mom's house Sunday, and she just like her thing. I can't figure out on her on what it was on her phone where I couldn't. She wasn't following the show, but she know to just go in and check it. But I know it still should be on my Facebook.
Right, it is.
Yeah,
it's there. I'm looking right.
The mom ain't tuned in.
No.
Mom must be on a date or something.
No, not at all. Mom ain't saying that. Usually she come in and say, "Hey, Pooch, I love you," but she ain't said it today.
Mom on a date. Again, tonight show we're talking about why do I keep starting over in life. This is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, and I'm going over 4 things I think commonly keep people in a position where they got to keep starting over. Where you sitting there, you're doing your thing. You got a direction you want to go, and what caused you to have that crash and had to keep starting over and over again. I gave 2 of them already. The first one being patience, the second one being knowledge, and the third one, guys, is ego.
Mm.
Let me tell you something about ego. People feel ego, and two things you all hear all the time: pride and ego.
Mm-hmm.
Pride is how you feel about yourself, but it will make you do things because you feel a certain way about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
They say ego hides within itself.
Well, that's the
In
thing
plain
about it.
sight within itself.
That's the thing about it, because your ego, your ego puts you, and it's not a negative thing, but it's just how you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you feel about things. You got so many times. Again, we talk about things that keep you starting over. You just feel like a lot of shit is beneath you.
Right.
I ain't got time for that. I ain't finna go work at no damn fast food.
Right.
I ain't finna go get no job there.
Right.
I ain't finna do that. I wish the hell I would call them.
I done put in my time.
Yeah.
I'm
he gonna do that to
by
you.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that 10 years ago. What the hell I look like doing
Right.
that shit now?
They're finna get put out.
Yeah. Ain't nowhere in the hell. Hey man, I ain't going to damn food line, food bank and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Stomach growling like hell. Stomach like a damn Rottweiler. Bro, what the hell going on? Your stomach, you hungry? Eating all that top ramen.
Right.
But that's the thing with ego, man. Ego just will keep you in a position where you will just feel like no other options are there because that shit is just totally off your damn. No, your pay grade too high.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even finna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the thing about it. You sit there and say to yourself, that's not me. And so many times people do that, and for whatever reason, they'll feel like approaching and doing certain things is just way below or past what they can do now.
And then Rika said, well, but when does reality set in for them?
That's the thing about it. And here's the deal. What happens a lot of times is reality set in, but by the time it set in, you done missed out on so much, you missed out on so much, start over so many damn times, your spirit be broke.
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit be broke. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's more of a decision thing. Because people get caught in so often they'll just sit there and look at, what Lab got or what Poochie got, and they feel like they should have it.
Right.
But they don't want to do the bullshit Poochie and Lab do.
I just saw a post. DJ Quick said on the post, he said he feel like he should be where Dre and Jay-Z is because he felt like he put in the same amount of time. But he don't know what Dre and Jay-Z did behind the scenes to get to where they are. You know what I'm saying? So, on speaking on what you just said, I saw him. I don't know if he posted recently, but it was on somebody else's post. How he said, feel like he should be where they are. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he should be. I should be where Poochie at. I should be where Dr. Dre. I should be where Jay-Z at. But he don't know what the work they put in to get there.
Yeah, and see that's the problem. Is a lot of times people spend so much time counting other folks' money and trying to measure other people's success. And spend less time focused on what the hell they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I say all the time, spend less time worrying about what the hell they did. Spend more time focused on what you got to do.
Right.
If I got tunnel vision on Poochie, I'm 150% committed to Poochie.
Mm-hmm.
Because what Lab doing and what Joe and Sue and all them doing, that had nothing to do with it. That's irrelevant to me. Because your path.
Right.
If you get it and put in your work, I can't do that. I salute you. I'm proud of you. But that's what you did. And we get off course with that shit so often, man. Let me tell you, man, people's ego and their damn pride hurt them so much, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to sit there and just and have a conversation with some people, but for whatever reason, I ain't gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the slogan I've heard? I heard that my ex-wife say all the time. I know my worth. I know my worth.
Do you? Like really?
Yeah, do you? Shit.
Dropping. I mean, stuff dropping value all the time.
Yeah. What the hell you worth?
Right. Stuff dropping value all the time.
People, but here's the deal, and I'm just saying this: you can feel that just like I just said, I'm the good tax man, but I ain't the cheap tax man.
Right.
Now, at the end of the day, here's the deal. To that point, if I sit there and say that I'm going to charge X amount of dollars for this particular service, and I'm committed, this is what I charge, right? Mm-hmm. If nobody wants to pay that, Negro, you might need to do a price adjustment.
Right. That's because you feel like you the best. Don't necessarily mean everybody else gonna feel that way.
For real.
Right.
You know, you feel like you the superstar, you this, that, and that. But if ain't nobody gonna buy into it, shit. Come on now.
It is what it
you
is.
might need to
right?
start looking back at it and reevaluating it.
Everybody got the best ribs and fried chicken.
There you go. There you
nobody coming to the door.
And then next thing you know, you see that person. You know who really supports you. You know who your friends and family are.
You know who your friends are.
Yeah, when they don't want to buy your nasty ass chicken. They don't want to buy your ugly t-shirts. You know what I'm saying?
And your friends at home want to buy them. They be saying, he don't even wash his hands when he come out the bathroom. So how your chicken is.
Crazy. But think about that, man. How many times, you look at it, Lamb, that, I knew when I went 100% self-employed, I knew I was going to take a pay cut initially.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, I'm starting over. This is just 100% because I don't say nickel and diamond, but I damn was part-time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was doing decent with the tax business, I was part-time because I had a job paid me decent money. When I had to go, I know when I had to go back, go 100%, I'm leaving downtown, 191.
Right.
Marble and Oak.
Right.
Big legs and them dang dress suits. Yes, sir.
Lunch and everything. Good insurance.
Yeah, for my little small office in Riverdale.
Right.
And,
sometimes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Like you said, you're right. No insurance, no PTO, no sick leave, no vacation, none of that stuff. Every damn thing on me.
Mm-hmm.
And you sitting there like, no, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. And listen, there's nothing wrong with feeling how you feel. But again, like to Reek's point, we got what you want, and you got something called reality.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it all the time. We talking about the whole point of kids going to college, getting student loans and stuff like that. When kids graduate, it's always two things when you graduate. What you want to do and what's available.
Right.
And what's available dictates everything.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go when I grow up, I want to do this and do that. But if there are no opportunities right there, unless you got to move abroad to do certain things, you got to be realistic about it.
Right.
Or if the things you want to do just ain't paying you for the quote unquote lifestyle, or hell, even to pay student loans back or whatever, that's where the issue comes up.
Got pivot.
Yeah, but if you feel like, okay, I ain't doing that because I got to have this, that, and that, can you live with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, big boy, I done had plenty for my office. Hey, man, I'm trying to put some money in your pocket.
Right.
I don't even need it, bro. I don't even need it.
Right.
It's funny. Just like folks rent your house, like, look, man, I can't rent no damn house. Man, look, you got damn 2 or 3 evictions and all that kind of stuff. Bro, I can't even deal that with it. And you get this pitch. Well, look, what can I give you just to get in? Look, damn that paperwork. Give me some money. I give you some money so I can get in your house. I know I got some evictions. I know I got bad credit. Right. What can I give you? You have to be like, look, bro, it's gonna cost me more money to get your ass up out of here. I know where this is gonna go.
Right. It's not gonna be worth it.
But if you don't, I can do that because I believe in myself and I know how that is.
Right.
Now you sit there, you're like, look, man, you're desperate, you're for sure how they're gonna go, then you might start thinking about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why a lot of times people don't want to be honest with themselves about how they are. Mm-hmm. Ego a mother. It's a mother. And so many times people get caught up. We start talking about why you starting over and stuff like that because again, sometimes you gotta humble yourself and start over. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself and do certain things. When I got out of the Army and I had to move back in with my grandmother when I first got out, and a lot of my partners, they were, getting their own places and stuff like that. I couldn't do it because I just needed a job that's gonna pay me decent money at a warehouse job. That was gonna pay me decent money because I was going to Georgia State at night.
Right.
So I couldn't school at night. Yeah, so I couldn't work guys getting, 30, 40 hours overtime and all that kind of stuff, and they can get them apartment, get that car. I couldn't do that. So I said, let me go on and be uncomfortable for a couple of years, go to school at night. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats, I ain't doing it. But I knew what I had to do.
What you wanted to do.
Exactly.
What you had to do. Right.
A lot of folks ain't gonna do that because they're gonna like, nah, man, I gotta live this certain way. I gotta have this certain amount of money. Mm-hmm. Shit, I want the money too. I want to live a certain way. But I understood if I did this, I would have a whole lot more. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't think that way. And again, I never tell people how to think, but you gotta understand there are consequences, good or bad, for your decisions.
That's true.
And you gotta be realistic about that. That was one of the things. Like, I knew what I was trying to do, and a lot of folks just didn't want to do that. And I, what come along with it?
Yeah. I mean, when we do stuff here, and I say this because this is what I'm into now. When we do stuff here, and people come want to talk about doing shows here, I'll be realistic. Look, I think you might need to go somewhere else because I can't give you all those things you want. I'm a one-man show for one, and for two, all my shows don't need all that. They don't need the green screens and stuff popping up in the background and all that stuff. They don't need that. They haven't requested that. So that's just not something I'm going to be able to do. But I know I'm losing business, but I also know I can get more. You know what I'm saying? I always know people appreciate what we offer because I know I do a good, we do good jobs. So you have to be able to turn folks down. Be like, nah, I can't do that. For one, it's just you leaving the stress off you. For two, you don't want to make them unhappy. You tell them up front, I can't do it. You need to check here, and here. They may be able to do it, but you have to know that up front.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
have to put your ego aside and be like, I can't give them that.
No. And you hit on the head, bro. They say you're a whole lot of heartache and pain and stress.
Right.
But trying to deliver something that you ain't capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we feel like I'm the this, I'm the that. They come back and bite us in the ass all the time.
All the time.
And you got to be smart about it. Again, like I say, if you totally believe that this is what you're worth, and this is what it is, you should have something to constitute that besides your damn feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because again, if you feel like you this person, you should qualify for these kind of funds or be done or embrace this kind of way. I ain't talking about like somebody mistreating. I'm talking about just people offering you these kind of jobs should pay you that.
Mm-hmm.
That means you have suitors.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No problem whatsoever. You see how the guy, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But you sitting there like, no, I got to hold out. I got to get this, that, and that. And then they set that dangling that carrot over your ass. And then like, look, then you got to, that's when you really got to settle. Mm-hmm. Because now what they offered you, they're going to offer you less because you didn't want to take it. Because you feel like
all the offers you thought you had been sold up.
Gone.
Right.
Like I said, ego will bite you in the butt real bad. Again, we're talking tonight about why do I keep starting over in life? And I just gave, I say it's four main things what I always talk about that can cause you to keep starting over. The first one being patience, second being knowledge, third being ego, and the last one, guys, is awareness. And here's the thing about awareness is awareness kind of like, a little bit past knowledge, but a little deeper. It is being realistic about your situation. I don't move like I did when I was 20.
Yeah.
I don't move like I did when I was 20.
Right.
And I'm talking about, just from just energy wise, interest wise, this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. I get
things are just different.
Man, let me tell you something funny. I was on a Zoom call the other day, and the young lady, she said, "Hey, let's partner up when you do this kind of stuff. And, we're trying to grow these businesses or whatever." You guys, I've been in business 22 years. Like, and I love all my customers. I'm doing grandkids now with the tax. I'm doing grandkids. So, and that means a lot to me that people have trusted generations to come to Majestic to get their tax done. Love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of it is, I'm like, okay, within the next 10 years, hey, man, which one of y'all, my kids want to, hey, come get this.
Right.
I'm not trying to be the tax, 5 or 6 tax officer shit I wanted to do,
right,
10, 15 years ago. I mean, hell, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in that now.
Right.
And don't. And a lot of times people think they're bigger than what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit there and, people come to me all the time, they start their business up. They want to cater to stars, to cater to celebrities. But those stars, I'm about to say N-word. But you're not, what I'm saying? You don't know nobody. But how are you going to sit here and try to, you want to generate these kind of things, but that's, you're not being aware of who you really are.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. But you're trying to be something and trying to approach people that you don't even know what to deal with. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You blindly going out. You it's like the blind leading the blind. You don't know where you don't know where you are. You don't know who you are and who you know. You don't know any of that stuff, but you can get with them stars.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is just see your food. All they gotta do is taste it.
Well, you might know one person.
Right.
And you figure like, okay, they did it, now I can sit here and project it to everybody. But when you find out real quick that celebrities are only probably a fraction of 1% of the actual general population.
Right.
Most people just regular.
Right.
So you sitting there trying to do that, and you're not the type of person that, because most times you're dealing with somebody, on the higher end, they may have certain intermediaries they're going to deal with you, but you can't deal with them in intermediaries because you don't know how to talk with them, you don't know how to contact with them, you don't know how to associate with them, you don't even know where they at. And that's what bites a lot of folks in the butt because they feel like they're a certain place. But you got to know from an awareness standpoint who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do that. Let me see what we at. Guys, remember to call in number 678-740-9894. Again, 678 678 740-9894. If you'll follow me on TikTok, make sure you share the live, anything. You guys, welcome to give us a call to join in the conversation. What's up, Ron Derrick? Happy birthday. See my boy coming in on TikTok. My brother, today is birthday. What's up, Ron Derrick?
Happy birthday.
Man, hold on. There we go. Oh my God, today's birthday, man. I've been tired of today, brother. I ain't had a chance to call you, man. I love you, man. I'm sorry I ain't had a chance to call you today, man. But I hope you enjoyed your birthday. But get that awareness piece, man. People just don't want to look at it. Like, you got to know, be realistic where you at mentally, financially, health wise,
physically.
Shit, I used to roll 20 hours a day. Oh hell, I need naps.
You and me both.
I need naps.
You and me both, Poochie.
Chief Remo, tune in. What's the topic? We're talking about why do I keep starting over in life? And again, looking at it, man, you got to know who you are.
Right.
Like I said, need naps. My back hurt now. Hey, I'm disabled vet. I park in the front now.
You're right.
I'm in that blue spot.
You park in the front.
I'm in that blue spot. You know what I'm saying?
Throw that flag up in there.
No, starting over, starting over has no age. Absolutely not. I'm not talking about starting over from the standpoint of a life change or career change. I'm not talking about that.
Right.
I'm talking about starting over when your ass keep doing the same damn shit over and over again.
Insanity.
But yeah, over some damn decision you did or chose to not make or do, and then you got to go back from ground zero.
Yeah. We're not talking about recreating. We talking about not being aware of your circumstances where you are in life. Period.
We ain't talking about you having you taking upon yourself to make a whole new you.
Right,
no.
Get the PhD and become the doctor. We ain't talking about that.
We talking about every damn year your ass starting over. Shit, man. What you got going on this year? What you starting up this, that, and that? And why this shit ain't working?
Proper things the year prior to make it a success the next year.
The real can't get right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the thing. So many people do that same shit, man. They still trying. And I'm not. Let me tell you something. I am not the person to tell people not to dream.
Right.
I am not the person to tell people not to go try and do. I'm the person to keep telling you, look, stick with the damn blueprint.
Right.
This shit hard. This shit hard. Man, I'm telling you, man, you have no idea how many people call. I got to get off the plantation. I want to start working for myself.
Right.
Okay, now I tell people there are benefits to the plantation.
Right.
There are benefits to it. Because if your ass ain't sitting there, because like I say, when you get sick, when I get sick, who doing the work?
Right.
If I can't make it or something happen, man, I'm tired of last Friday. I had a lot of stuff to do last Friday.
Right.
I had to spend all night Friday night or Saturday doing the stuff that need to be done. And when you want to go in a certain direction, can you be realistic about, do you have the system or structure in your life to be able to handle them kind of changes, right? You hope you feel, because again, you totally thinking it's a whole lot easier than what it is, because you don't want to sit here and take the time to holler at Lab or holler at Poochie and find out, hey man, how difficult that is. Nah, man, Poochie being negative. Poochie ain't being damn negative. I want you to win.
I'm telling you about my experience.
Shit, I ain't trying to be. I'm built. Right. I don't need shit. I'm cool. I'm cool. And I want you to win. Hell, I got damn over 1,000 damn videos to help you out for free.
Right.
I want you to win. So with that say, and I'm doing that because people help me. Man, I talked to one of my mentors the other week, man. Shout out to Daryl Crawford. Daryl, man, what you do this day? He said, D, I'm telling you the same shit I told you a month ago.
Right.
I don't want to do what he wanted to do, but he is right. But I'm trying to get him to say some shit that's gonna be contrary to it. Now listen, this is me saying this, but because I made a move a couple years ago, I just want to eat the money I lost. Man, you don't think I can wait? No, D. Go and take one more hit, and everything will be all right. And he's speaking from an OG perspective, and I need to just shut the hell up and listen. But that knowledge, what you say now?
Slick say that is the bad habits. Bad habits will mess you up. You gotta realize it sooner or later. And Chief Primo asked a question: do you think there are unattainable goals?
Absolutely. Chief Remo, we're gonna do the show probably next week or the week after my goal setting video. And that's the two things I always say about goals. Goals got to be two things. When you say goals, they got to be incrementable and attainable. Some shit you just can't damn do.
We did that last year.
Yeah, we do it every year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody ain't David Copperfield. Some shit you just can't. I want to make $1 million. Only
Right.
$1 million a year.
Right.
And your job pay you $30,000 a year.
Right.
Okay.
And you spend 40,000 a year.
Abracadabra.
And you spend 40,000 a year.
Yeah, come on, man. That ain't gonna happen. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Just really, just having that real assessment of yourself. And a lot of times, you got to be able, again, not quitting, but just making a real assessment of yourself. A lot of times, people don't want to sit here and just be honest. Well, that's being negative. It's not being negative, man. The things about it is when you start reading and researching some of the most successful people and businesses ever, they're good. They're awesome with doing what they do, not doing shit that's out of their realm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they get people to do the shit other stuff that they need them to do.
I'm gonna tell you. I remember when I was in grad school, and they had the whole case studies with Walmart, then at Dollar Tree, and Dollar General. And I never, just being a consumer, you don't think about it. And they were just saying like, the whole thought process with the Dollar General was they took the top 50 or top 100 items that are in Walmart. Because Walmart, what you got at Walmart? You got 10 lines, but only 2 of them open, but it's so cheap. So you'll put up with it. It's not good customer service or anything like that, but they're cheapest. And they're cool with that. Target, a little bit high, a lot higher in cost, but they put a pension on customer service and stuff like that. So they're going to, thought process, they teach you more. I mean, they're going to treat you better. I apologize. But when you go to Dollar General, they took the top 50, top 100 items in Walmart, and they sell them there. And their whole thought process is this the main shit people gonna buy. So toothbrushes or toothpastes, whatever, deodorant, whatever. And you just go there because you don't want to wait in the long lines at Walmart. Again, everybody focusing on what they do. They're not trying to be good at everything. They just need to be good at what they do. So if you have a talent for just painting residential homes, for actually, giving therapeutic care to elderly people or whatever. If that's what you do, that's what you do. You don't need to be trying to do this shit to everybody. You see what I'm saying? Maximize what you do because when you can actually have your niche or have your target audience or target focus, whatever you're dealing with, you'll be a whole lot more self because now you ain't wasting time trying to acquire stuff. It's all go back to when you shooting that arrow. You got a target that's supposed to just shooting it in the woods. You can hit 100, all these different trees to hit. You just need to hit one tree to bring you what you need. And again, I don't think a lot of times people just want to be realistic. Like, look, man, I'm not this person to do all that kind of stuff. And you're not limiting yourself. I think you're being more smarter. Just saying like, nah, that ain't me.
Those are 2 very good books. Chief Remo, Seven Habits of Successful People and Focus. But there's also one more called Mastery that I read. That's a very good book.
That's Stephen Covey, ain't it?
Yeah.
So Stephen Covey
with Mastery.
Not the 7 Habits of Seven. That's Stephen Covey.
Yeah. And those are very good books.
The Power of Focus.
The Power of Focus. I read that book. That's a good book.
Yeah.
And The Obstacle in My Way. That's a good book.
But what you missing, lad? Most folks don't want to read. If you don't want to
Dang, you're right. Most folks don't want to read, but those are an audio book. And I'm gonna give y'all a little tidbit that I don't like to give out this kind of information, but I think people who need to know it. If you go on YouTube and type in any of these titles, they'll have audio version. That's for free.
Audio book there.
Right. It'll be there already. You may have to search a couple of them, just to find it, but 9 times out of 10, the book is gonna be there.
And I know on I don't know if it's on Change Your Lives, but I think I got it on Mr. Short. It might be on both. I have a playlist of audio books. On YouTube audio books that I think kind of are good books for people to do. Just get them and ride and listen to them. That I think it help people. I think I got a playlist of different audio books. But man, hey, going back again, you gotta make that assessment. If you know you don't process the fastest or whatever it is, get people.
Slick say people play the short game for the long game. They all, like we said earlier, they always want it quick. They don't want to take that long route. They want to get that short. They want to go that shortcut.
Well, you can do you can do shortcuts if you're the shortcut person, or you can take that. There are some things that lab know out of experience and training and life situations. You can do quick because you know how to do it.
Right.
My ass be sitting there, when you come by the crib, man, I'm trying to figure out how to plug this and plug that.
Right.
Get the hell out of the way. You just do it quickly.
Right.
I don't know that. But see, so you can do that. Man, I can just connect these two. It's a little trick I know. Know what the hell I to figure that out.
Right.
But you can do that because if you're not experienced with it, How the hell you gonna take a shortcut?
Mm-hmm.
Because then now you doing back again. You finna do it. Spend this whole damn day.
Right.
And you gotta go back and do it.
And then you gotta ask somebody else anyway.
Let me tell you something. I never forget. Shout out to Walt, my granddaddy. And we just celebrated Walt's 89th birthday. Last Saturday before last we had a party.
Yeah.
Saturday before last.
No, last
Saturday. Last Saturday, man. That was a good time. And Walt, master plan. And this is about 15 years ago. One of my rental houses. I'm being cheap. I'm trying to change these toilets, whatever. Right. And I couldn't get it, man. Older house, couldn't get the thing sit on the ring right. I'm looking on YouTube, whatever. Man, long story short, me and my boy Rico, they helped me out. Shout out my dog Rick. I'm laying in water and piss all day long. Water and piss. Just all day long, trying to figure it out, line it up.
Right.
Couldn't do it. Guy said, damn, let me call Walt. Walt came in. Walt probably about 70, 80 years old then. 30 seconds. I mean, he didn't measure shit. Just lied. Didn't get wet, dry as hell. He's a young fella, hey, he said, that's why they just call him, I'm a master plumber.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it just go to that point, man. I'm trying to sit here and just do all this stuff. I ain't got no time doing that. Mm-hmm. Now, could I learn how to do that and everything we're doing it? Yeah. But at the end of the day, sometimes I say to yourself, I really need to know all that.
Right.
Do I really need to know all that?
Right.
I need to know I need to do what I do best. Hustle up, get money, and do that kind of stuff. And the people that actually do that, let them pay them money. It's because I can go out there and do what? Make more money because I'm doing what Poochie do best.
Yeah, like the best advice you ever gave me. Well, not the best. You gave me a lot of advice. That was great advice. When I tell you about cutting grass, you was like, hey, assess it. Like how much it costs you to cut that grass and see how much it costs to have a man come cut your grass and see if it's worth it. And I assessed that real quick and it was not worth it. I need to get somebody to cut that grass.
Shout out to CNH Lawn Manicure, my man Hardy, Blast. Hardy been doing, I think Hardy been about 30 years, man.
Right.
Shit, Hardy be in out my yard. It was that day, 30 minutes. 30 minutes, man. Man, I'm on an acre, man. And I'm talking about an acre full of leaves.
Right.
Man, you know where in the hell?
We don't have no trees like that, so we good about that, but
Bro, for the past month and a half, they come out twice a month. They been getting, I got that many. When you saw them down oaks, I got that shit. Man, they in and out.
Right.
I'm not finna spend no damn
And me, when I was cutting the grass, it took me like 4 hours easy. This man come here cut this grass in like 40 minutes and he out.
In and out. Man, me and my dog, we had this one conversation one time, like, yeah, well, man should do this, man should do that. Man, damn that shit.
Right.
Look, man, if you feel from an egotistical standpoint, you should do that. Great. Not me, man. Not me. I ain't trying to sway you where you look at or anything like that. But no. And that's one thing about it. Y'all like say, you got to be aware of who you are, what the hell you can and can't do.
Chris, let's Short Dollar get to your grant questions at the end of this show. There's another show, Changing Lives, that he does, and he'll get your grant questions at the end. So hold on 1 second.
Okay. But that's one thing, man. That awareness standpoint. Mm-hmm. Nobody want to sit here and just know who they are. Right. So again, the night show we talked about, what do I keep starting over in life? And I think a lot of times people don't understand, like everything when you got a destination from the start to the end, they're gonna be steps, right? And you can't skip steps. And some of those steps are easy, some of them full of BS.
Right.
But at the end of the steps are the steps. Mm-hmm. And you got to sit there and do it. And the thing of it is that when we don't use the word mistakes, we make them learning points in our life. Some of them are like, yeah, I could do this and do that different. We get experience from that. Mm-hmm. And then the more we can just say to ourselves, let me stop skipping steps, go through the whole progression of it, will make things a lot easier on us. Because life is constant progression, constant learning. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
And a lot of times when you don't want to sit there and just be honest, like, hey man, look, for me to do it the right way, I got to do it this way. Because if you don't, what we talking about tonight, you're going to keep starting over there. And at some point, you're going to get tired of this shit. Or you're going to live a damn life full of, I wish I had, I wish I should. Yeah. And there's a lot of folks that same way. And unfortunately, a lot of them don't want to place blame on themselves.
Oh no!
Oh man, the white man did this and all that. You know what? Yeah, all that stuff come out, and you got to be able to sit there and say to yourself, "Look, you hurting yourself because you don't want to sit here and go about it the right way." I got tons of friends like that. Pooch, you can do that. Oh well, I'm just telling you, I'm do that. My dogs told me one time, He said, I'm gonna just start investing in day trading. I said, boy, that ain't you.
Right.
I ain't, hey, listen, we're doing it. And I wasn't knocking the day trading, but I know his temperament. Just he doing that because he feel like he flip money. He said, look, I'm not gonna invest in anything that ain't gonna lose money.
How you know?
Who the will?
Tell me your
Who the hell is gonna invest money they know it's gonna lose?
Nobody wakes up in the morning and say, I think I feel like losing $50,000 a day. What can I invest in? Nobody says that.
If you knew that key, you do not need to be investing. You need to be writing a damn book.
Right.
That's what the hell you need to be doing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, don't skip steps. That's why I want to have that conversation with you guys tonight. We start talking about why my life, I'm going on the path. I keep trying, and the shit ain't working. We're doing it. A lot of times we gotta look at that man in the mirror. We gotta look at that man in the mirror and just be honest with ourselves, about, hey, look, I'm the cause of this. And then ain't no way around getting way around with it.
Chief Remo say no trader hasn't lost money, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning, they're gonna lose some money.
Well, and then you gotta be realistic about how far you can go with $100 damn.
Well, you can start an account on each trade for $100. That's what I heard.
Let me stop. But man, again, we talk about why my life keeps starting over, and I gave you my 4 points where I think most people find themselves starting over. And those 4 keys are patience, the second one being knowledge, the third one being ego, and the fourth being awareness. And I make sure when we go back. So again, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, and subscribe. And in the description section of the video, I'll make sure I list all 4 of them. So that's one of the things I want to just share with you guys tonight. With that, and it's been a great show, and I really appreciate everybody tuning in. And we think we got one more show for the end of the year. We'll probably do the goal setting show. That with the goal setting. Might do that back to back with both.
We got a show.
Yeah, so but I appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving. We got
2 more shows for you. We got next week.
We got 3 more.
3 more.
Yeah, 3 more. 3 more.
Shows, yeah,
we got 3 more. We're gonna do. But I might go over the goal setting. Then might do one for change. Back to back with that. Because I think a lot of people do need it. But no matter what blueprint I could give or share with you guys, at the end of the day, it's the shit you got to do for yourself.
Right.
You got to implement it. What you about to say, Larry?
The world is flat, like we always say. You want me to get to Chris' question before we
Yeah. Anybody got a question?
Chris wanted to know, are there any small business grant for junk removal?
Well, this is the thing about it. It's a good question. Let me say this with these grants. What people got to understand with grants create to solve problems. So I get questions about grants for moving businesses, grants for folks want to start a young lady asked about one for a weed farm and different things. Grants typically aren't going to be for the destination. Grants going to be the cause to fix a problem. So it'll be difficult because one thing, like I said, the pandemic kind of messed everybody up. Is like what grants do when they were giving out those grants. It's giving you money. A grant you solve a problem. Most time the grants will be somebody coming out of prison, need some assistance getting started, helping people go get their GED, single moms. If you're gonna be investing money in the community, so you probably won't find a grant about a junk removal. Was it junk removal? You probably find a grant about junk removal, but you might find a grant on they'll give you $100,000. Urban plight, cleaning up a community, employing people in the neighborhood. That's typically what you would find a grant for.
I'm sorry, blight. I meant blight.
I got you. We're with you, lad. We're with you. We know you're damn walking thesaurus. But that's typically what answer your question. We have grants for. So you got to be able to craft your application when applying for the grant to fill that. So and that's the thing about it. So the grant for the destination wouldn't necessarily be just hey this for a junk removal.
Right.
It's more so like you have to kind of look at ones that employing people in the community. Fixing up a community, any kind of thing that may be any kind of area improvement with doing it, and the grants are awarded to you from now. Keep in mind, guys, like I'll keep saying, most time you deal with these grants, you start talking about how, because the one we post on Mr. Short Dollar are, I would say easy grants. So you just apply, show you, they'll want to verify that you're actually a real business. Because they're not going to cut a check to you, they're going to cut a check to the business. They want to probably go through a little verification, but they simple grants, 5, 10, 15, some 20,000. But when you start going these bigger grants, we actually need a grant writer. You got your shit together. And so most of the time, if you're a for-profit and, just to benefit you, you're probably not going to get the grant.
Right.
Just keeping it real.
When I got my grant for college, it was a grant for urban kids going. Back then, most of us wasn't going to college, so I was young, and we know, and I went to college. So my grant was for advanced learning for inner city kids, within the Chicago area. So that was my grant was for.
Yeah.
But I had to look for it. I don't know if you've ever said this. Grants don't just sit there with a big title on it. You got to go through some processes and look for the grant that applies to you.
Yeah.
You got to look for that grant that applies to you. I had to look through 200 grants. I had to probably write 60 or 70 different letters before I got one grant. You get what I'm saying? And I had to go through these grant lists. I mean, it was a job, and back then in 84, 85, it wasn't that much computer going on. So I had to go to the library and look this stuff up. So I don't know. You probably told people, but I really want people to know, as somebody who's gotten a grant to go to college, who's written a grant proposal, it's a process.
Yeah. I think, but that's the thing about it, because a lot of times people, once you start giving information like that, like, listen, go grants.gov, go to your local economic development office. That's typically where you will get your business license. They locally they can say these are the grants we got out. It's work, and because now you can't just go SBA and ask for $10,000. I ain't got time for that. But I would just tell people, you can't want your dreams can't be dependent on somebody making it happen.
Right.
So if your dream is dependent on somebody giving you some money, what's going on, Jay Pleasant 12? If your dream is dependent on me giving you some money, that shit ain't no damn dream. It's just a want. You know what I'm saying? If you give me some money to make it happen, cool. If you don't, I'm still gonna make it happen. So that's just a thought process.
Hey,
Come on. What's up, Mama? Mama came back late from her date.
Right.
But real talk though, that's one of them things. Like, I don't think people want to be realistic about it. But the grants are there, the opportunities there. But specifically, like for junk removal or starting a daycare or so, there are ones there's some with it, but you got to be able to craft your application, your proposal to deliver with that. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. So the opportunities are there, but it may not be specific to what you do, but you have to craft it to say, okay, I can perform these tasks to be able to acquire that money, and that has to be the thought process of that. Now, when that comes along, gonna be a lot of research, a lot of homework. We're doing it, so but I always kind of keep that in mind. And that's if you do it, or you pay somebody to do it. But you gotta be honest about it. Even if you pay somebody to do it, can they be able to craft a story to be able to do that? Real talk. This is how it is. Yeah. And I always say, go about it. Look, I got tons of videos how to get funded with your business. If you want to go to loan, people don't. It's something about, I guess people don't want to borrow no money because they don't want to pay nobody back. But again, to get free money, somebody give it to you, it's gonna be difficult. So, like I said, there should be one of several options to help you get done, not just the option,
not just the only option.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you start talking about, I'm trying to get a grant to start my business. Shit. All right, now, if it happens, it happens. It don't, it don't. And me being in the 100, we always applying and getting grants and getting turned down and getting a lot of grants, but we deliver.
Right.
That's the thing about it. But we craft our application process to be able to do it. If they say they want to give us some money to help kids in the community, we have to sit here and just look. This is what we're going to do.
Specifically, what we're going to do to help these kids in the community.
Exactly. We're going to be teaching these kids reading. We're going to do economic empowerment. We're going to be taking. We have to sit there and do that. We're part of the application process. We're doing it. So if you're looking to do that, you got to keep that in mind. But again, guys, if you have a for-profit business, it's going to be difficult because the for-profit business is really impacting you.
Right.
The nonprofit theoretically is this reason why it's nonprofit is not getting taxed. Excuse me, because you're affecting things that are holistically outside of you. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're looking to go the grant route of doing some things. Okay. So listen, anybody else got any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
No questions on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
Okay.
I think you answered them all for me.
All right. Well, listen, man. I had a blast tonight. I'm glad everybody tuned in tonight. We talked about again, why my life keeps starting off. So hopefully we kind of had a good discussion where if you're doing some of the habits what we discussed, you can kind of correct it or make some kind of adjustment so you don't encounter them again. Actually be going in the right direction. You don't have to be starting over anything in your life. Okay. Well, look, guys, love you. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure if you have not, go to Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. If I forget my damn name, subscribe to the channel. Also, go to my other channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Got over 150 grand opportunities. I think we done released probably about 15 different grants just so far in December. We 7-8 days in.
Right.
So go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe. A lot of information, a lot of funding videos, a lot of operational videos, and a lot more to come. So make sure you go to both channels, subscribe. And again, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys supporting me, supporting all my family at Misfits Radio, Misfits TV. Love you all. Stay safe, be cool, and talk with you soon.